I asked Campbell McLennan and George Goodsmid at AES why they think solar is so important to Scotland. So Campbell, why do you think solar energy is such an important micro-renewable technology?
I guess the key things for solar, and particularly solar thermal, is that it's an extremely cost-effective way of putting a renewable technology onto a building. Plus, solar is exceptionally good for integrating into building design, and that includes in the retrofit market. They're easy to maintain, and for the installer, with the AES lightweight collector, it's easy to get up on the roof and get it fixed and in place.
So how do you see the future of solar technologies in Scotland, Campbell?
Throughout my time with the AES, there's always been a continued growth occurring, and this is even through very difficult economic times for the construction industry. I can only see that continuing, particularly with, in 2011, we'll have the renewable heat incentive coming into place, which then becomes even more favourable for the user to have solar thermal built into their property.
And do you find that you're getting more and more inquiries from architects and engineers about your solar systems?
There's certainly been an increase in the number of inquiries we're getting, and they're looking to gain knowledge on it. You know, we're getting asked on a regular basis to come and carry out CPD or continual professional development talks. This is something that's showing that there's a keen interest to learn more, to know how to make this work and how it's going to be beneficial to the actual building and its energy, the future energy use of the building.
And if you've got this rapid increase in demand for the systems, can you here at AES keep up with that demand?
Without a doubt, this is all part of what we're looking at and we are incorporating into our strategy for the future. Part of our design and the redesign of the solar collector is to make something that will be easier to manufacture whilst we're still able to produce it here at our existing premises and increase the number of units that go out the door on a weekly basis.
Do you think that at this current time that the solar future is looking pretty bright in Scotland?
The future's bright, the future's very sunny.
So George, you've been in AES for 20 years. Now the solar markets must have changed an awful lot in that time.
There have been a lot of changes, mainly in requests for supply. When I started 20 years ago, it was a very, very small industry. There were only 3 companies in the whole of the UK that dealt with solar thermal. And now there are over 400. So it has increased. 400 of one type or another. Manufacturers have come in from overseas. More installers have been appointed. And there's infinitely more interest. The other changes that have taken place is that it's becoming a Main Street product. It isn't there yet. The uptake has been very, very slow. There have been some really, really bad practices. There has been the Solar Trade Association has become more strict about accepting members. So all the members have to comply with a code of ethics. That has helped the industry a lot. And of course, there is now also a big lobbying for the 2020 targets. So that is going to make an even bigger change than ever before.
In those 20 years, you must have experienced a lot of ups and downs in the solar markets here, George. Do you think that you're in a good place now, looking forwards?
I think we are. The ups and downs have always had to do with people. Some people, or quite a lot of people, have always liked the idea of solar. We would spend lots of time with architects and specifiers and consultants on designing systems. And then it was always kicked out at the first budget meeting because it was too expensive. Costs have come down because of volumes, and they will come down even further. Although the cost of the equipment may go down, labor costs are going up. So the price will remain relatively similar. It will hopefully go down a bit. And as it goes down, the demand goes up. Legislation has changed. There is now the obligation of 10% of new build have to have renewables. And solar thermal is a very logical first step in that process. So it will increase.
Solar energy took a long time to get going in Britain. What do you think the key barriers have been in holding it back And do you think that they still exist?
There are lots of barriers. The initial barriers were the planners. They usually didn't like the idea of panels on a roof, either in retrofit or new build situation. That has changed dramatically. The planners are very much in favor of the renewables, all the renewables now. There's still a few barriers left. Things like there are still a lot of architects who are skeptical of it, and that's why we spend a lot of time talking to architects, which is very interesting and very creative, because of course architects would like to have renewables, and as the demand grows, they're spending more time on finding out how to do it, and that's why there's always a very good cooperation between the specifiers and ourselves, architects in particular. So it is a very traditional trade. And it is also a fast-changing trade, and that will be very helpful.
George, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.